Hello and welcome to Star Scores, the film debate show where we scroll through the filmography of an actor or actress and score their movies, hits, or misses. I'm your host, Joe Greco. With me, as always, my co-host, Tom Greco. Tom, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to hear. With us again, second time for the second show, because we're really branching out there, is Gerard Girilli. Gerard, how you doing?
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Welcome
Thanks
back.
for having me. No, thank you, man. This is awesome.
Yep. Always love talking about movies with you gents. All right, so today let me explain the rules first. So the rules, much like last time, are we'll scroll through the filmography of an actor or actress, and every movie that they have starred or co-starred in, we will give a hit or a miss on this here scoreboard, real official. However, there are caveats. They have to have at least 10 movies. Ensemble movies, such as like The Avengers or Pulp Fiction or something like that, do not count for any actor that's in them's filmography towards their score. So which could have passed, depending on how great they are. It could be bad, could be great, could be in the middle. Okay, at the end of each segment, we will score each movie a hit or a miss. At the end of the show, we will give you the overall score on this scoreboard it has at the end. So much like last week, or last episode I should say, we had Adam Sandler. His final score was 12 and 19. So
12 hits.
12 hits, 19 misses, to be clear. Yeah, not a great record for the Sandman.
We didn't figure out the average on that yet, but we will.
we will. Again, we're going to wait till we have several, all right?
Right, before we list the standings.
Exactly. Sure. Totally planned. In case of a tie, at this table, majority rules. So if Gerard and I think it's a miss, it's a miss. But he can make a case for it to hit if it's worth it. Might sway us in another way. It depends on the argument or the defense, the debate. But if it's overwhelmingly bad, it gets a miss. So with that in mind, we will start with our actor today. Today we are jumping into the career of the one, the only Johnny Depp, who the man of many, face paint. A character actors, very flamboyant gentleman, depending on who you ask.
Or a musician.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What?
The Hollywood Vampires. He's in the band The Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
That's right.
Did not know that. See, this is the music side. If you can't tell from the background, it's his basement. We're doing a movie show, but technically there are musical movies behind us. Can't tell. So yeah, okay. Interesting factoid. All right. Any general thoughts, again, on Johnny Depp?
Very likable actor. I like him. We'll get through it, but I think he's had an up and down career. Started out very promising, and it's been peaks and valleys, like most actors. But overall, he's very likable. Just seems to never get old. That's the one thing I can say about him.
Ageless wonder. Gerard?
I think just a movie star.
Yeah.
You think Johnny Depp, you say, oh, he's a movie star.
Yep.
Pretty simple, really.
He really is.
But I agree with you as far as the ups and downs in his career. But many actors have that kind of career, with ups and downs.
I like your movie star analogy because he is a throwback. That he really is a movie star, and he lives the movie star life. Yeah. I think what they say, he used to spend $30,000 a month on wine. Yeah. I think that's what they said.
Yeah.
Or he still does. Who knows? But
and I think he lives in France too.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Anyway, what are your thoughts on him, Joe?
My thoughts on Johnny Depp. Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. Just up and down. I personally don't. Again, we'll get into it. I don't want to spoil anything, but he hasn't had whoa, gotta go see that Johnny Depp movie in a very, very long time. I like the way he plays certain characters, on the Oceans. Not the Oceans movie.
You're jumping ahead.
Not the Oceans movie.
He could have been in Ocean's 11. He could have played one of those guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He could have been.
More so now than then.
Yeah, he could have been like the old wise guys.
Yeah.
Well, not the old white guy, because he never changes. Anyway, but yeah, I like Johnny Depp, but again, as of recent, or for me, really, most of his movies were earlier. He peaked early, I say, to where I haven't caught up to, or I saw them at a later time. Therefore, maybe they weren't as good as when they came out or whatever, or polarizing in some case. But yeah, I don't know. We'll go through it. So without further ado, I speak French.
For Johnny Depp.
Is he French?
He lives in France. He's not French, but he lives.
We just referenced that.
My bad. It would make this podcast even better if we had the $40,000 wine that he has. If we can get our hands on that wine if it's around.
It's under the table.
Yeah. All right. Let me check. No, not tonight. Maybe not. We get to 1 million viewers, then maybe we'll be able to get that that bottle of wine.
We'll have the $1,000 wine.
The $1,000 wine. That sounds more realistic.
All right, let's start talking about wine because nobody's drinking wine at this table currently.
Yeah.
Wish I was though. No, I'm just kidding. Like mine. All right. Anyway, we are starting in the career of Johnny Depp in 1984 with Nightmare on Elm Street. Tom.
Well, I saw this in the movie. It was the first Freddy Krueger movie of many. I don't know what volume they're on now.
I think there's 10.
Yeah, well, the Freddy versus Jason, Freddy versus
If you count those.
Star Wars, Freddy versus Mary Poppins. They've done everything.
Oh, that'd be lit.
That'd be cool.
Next Disney live action is that.
But the first one is for me is always the best. It's the introduction of the Freddy character. Anyway, Johnny Depp. It's kind of an ensemble, but he's really the only known actor in here. He wasn't known here. It was his first movie.
Yeah.
That's offensive to Robert Englund.
What?
It's offensive to Robert Englund.
Oh yeah, but Robert Englund was a B actor. I guess he was still a B actor here. But I think we can give this to him as a starring role only because people always refer to the first Nightmare on Elm Street as Johnny Depp's movie.
Yeah.
So I think we can vote on it. This is kind of somewhere in a gray area.
Yeah.
But, great movie. I mean, it was very different. I mean, as a quote unquote connoisseur of horror movies.
Are you? I didn't know that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, some of my favorite movies are like the 30s Universal horror movies.
Oh yeah.
We just saw The Invisible Man. I liked it.
Yeah, we just saw The Invisible Man. But but for a horror movie, it was so different for that time. Nobody done the something like that, and obviously Freddy's an enduring character. That's a different actor, but Johnny Depp is part of that. So it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like I mean, I know Leonardo DiCaprio did a movie called Critters 3. Like that was his first horror movie too. Yeah. So I feel like it's always good to see like where a lot of great actors get their start or where they get their first break, I guess you could say.
Right.
It was good. I like the Freddy series. The one that I really like that doesn't get enough credit was Freddy's Dead, when there's like the video game situation going on when they're like stuck in a video game
they
or
blend
something.
Together.
Oh,
A lot of them exactly. A lot of them blend together. I like this movie. I liked Johnny Depp. I believe I'm not sure if this was before or after 21 Jump Street. But it was before 20. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Sometimes, you need a good cheesy horror. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for me, I'm a sucker for the Freddy movies. They used to give me nightmares. They don't anymore. But because it's just a guy. I was Freddy for Halloween. That's pretty much what killed it. That's right. So I like Freddy Krueger. I think. Is he better than Jason? Maybe it's a different discussion. Johnny Depp is good in this movie. As one of his first roles, I think it's cool that he's in a movie that, or in a franchise. Like people like you said, people talk about Johnny Depp when they talk about this movie, but like I feel like the franchise. It's weird that Johnny Depp was in this movie. Yeah. Thinking about it now, that they've made 1,000 Nightmare on Elm Street. So. The fact that he was like in the very first one is pretty cool. So
it is.
It's a good movie. Like, I don't love horror movies, but I like really old cheesy horror movies. Yeah. So
I feel like it would be good on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question. Which actor was in the original Nightmare on Elm Street? Is it?
Yeah, I don't know how much common knowledge that is, honestly. Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was for a while, but now that his star has kind of lessened a little bit.
I feel like it would be like in the 100, 200 realm. Like, one of like the first questions on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Because like it's weird because it's Freddy Krueger. You're gonna remember Freddy Krueger, not necessarily Johnny Depp. Well, it kind of defeats the argument we're giving here.
No, but that's why it's true. That one's identifiable with Johnny Depp. No other one is identifiable with anyone really other than
that's true.
Robert Englund.
Right, for sure.
It's true. Okay, so hit or miss.
I think it's the movie is very sharp, so I'm going to give it a hit.
I hate you, George.
I'm going to give it a hit.
I'm going to claw myself to a hit.
All right, there we go. Johnny's on the board.
Johnny's on the board. 1-0. All right, so we're going into 1985, the greatest year ever, because Back to the Future came out that year.
Greater than the year you were born? That's pretty weird.
I mean,
okay.
Back to the Future is better than me. Are you kidding?
All right, that's another discussion.
When we get to Michael J. Fox, maybe.
And the 5 movies he made that were
maybe he made that, but whatever. 3 Back to the Future and a Teen Wolf.
Hey, Life with Mikey was amazing. I love that movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going up.
Come on. Yeah, we can't.
Going on a different timeline. Oh, God, I'm on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so 1985 with Private Resort. Gerard?
Private Resort, 1985. That was entertaining, man. I feel like it was before like Boat Trip, which I kind of like that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. And I feel like it had like that summer, innocent, nice 80s feel. I feel like it wouldn't I don't know if it would really You know,
it's I again I saw this in the movies.
Yeah,
and I saw it on Skinamax about 1,000 times.
Skinamax, it was on Skinamax
because there was so much nudity in it.
Oh, there was.
And the woman that was nude in it was a woman called Leslie Easterbrook, who was the tall blonde in the Police Academy series.
Okay,
and she had the biggest eyes
Yeah.
you ever saw.
Oh God!
And I mean that was again when you're that age, and you see those movies and they come on Cinemax and you're like, wow, you know, it leaves an imprint. Johnny Depp is really funny in it. It's,
yeah.
Him and his I can't remember the name of the actor that he played with, but other actor didn't become that famous. But it's funny to look back that he made this kind of raunchy 80s cheesy B movie, sex movie, teenage sex movie. Yeah. But it holds up because that's what it is. It's a movie of its time. Yeah. So fond memories for that and Leslie Easterbrook.
Mm-hmm. I would disagree that it holds up in the sense that there's so much easy access to that stuff these days. Probably wouldn't have the same effect.
No,
in my book. That's a my generation thing, and yeah, effective. However, if I was around this time and was going to the movies and seeing this and was a teenage boy in essence, I probably would have liked this movie a lot. And I did, having seen it as a teenager, even today, because of the reasons you said. Because I am a simple child. I'm not a child, I'm an adult. But you know what I mean. No, I like this movie. It's funny. Like you said, it's a raunchy, cheesy 80s movie with a lot of nude scenes in it and trying to be, yeah, it's funny. I give it, it's funny at parts. Yeah, it's passable for me. I'll catch it on TV when it's on if I'm just randomly sitting there.
3 a.m. Skinamax.
Yeah, it's the best time.
Skinamax.
Does it get that? Does it get?
No, it doesn't anymore.
Is it get like Cinemax or does it get like on Cinemax 2 or 3? Like when you do.
There was no such thing back then. There was Cinemax. That was it.
That's right. But I'm wondering if like in 2020 if it's going to be on. Like,
I doubt it.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw it.
Yeah.
Last week about 3 a.m. No.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm the dirty old man of the panel, by the way.
This is true.
So
insert graphic.
Depending on what graphic, be careful there.
I'm just gonna censor you.
Yeah, there you go.
Just give you
Put
the black
blue
bar,
dot over my face.
the blue dot, black bar. Yeah, you know. All right. Anyway, so I'll go first. It's a hit or miss. It's a hit for me.
Big hit for me.
Hit.
Good.
All right.
Johnny Depp, 2-0. All right, so 2-0 for Mr. Johnny Depp. So now we jump into 5-year gap for his actors.
Well, I think he may have gone into 21 Jump Street after that. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. All right, so we're 1990 with Crybaby.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Gerard.
I personally love this movie. My sister was obsessed with it.
Really?
Jenna put me onto it. My sister Jenna put me onto it. We would just sit on the couch, have snacks, and watch Crybaby. It was it's just awesome. I had the soundtrack on CD, which I'm sure you may have too here because there's 1,000 CDs.
6,000.
6,000. Sorry. This movie's great, man. It's kind of a spoof. It's supposed to be a spoof. It's supposed to be silly. I think this movie too is when you saw Johnny on screen. I feel like it was like, okay, this kid's official. This kid's a movie star. Yeah. So and then it led to other avenues for him too. John Waters, I just thought it was good. I loved the music in it. It reminded me of like a spoof of an Elvis film.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, so yeah, I love it. Love Crybaby.
I think it's John Waters. I could take or leave.
Yeah,
I like him. You know, he's a great interviewer.
He is.
He's a great film buff.
Yeah,
and he loves movies, and you could see it in his work.
Yes,
and he does this with Crybaby. I don't love the movie. Mm-hmm. But I find it fun to watch. I won't necessarily sit down and watch it, but if it's on, I won't turn it off.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp is perfect for the role. Like
he was.
It's like an Elvis parody.
Yeah, for sure.
So I like Crybaby, and I think it's one of John Waters' better works.
Oh yeah.
For me, I'll just keep it short. Personally, I really enjoy when musical impersonations are like spot on. Much like Bohemian Rhapsody a couple years ago. I really love that movie for the sole reason that Rami Malek was great as Freddie Mercury. So I like this movie for the same reason where Johnny Depp is a good musician in it, doing an impersonation, like you said, Elvis. I mean, not Elvis, much like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy this movie. It's okay in my book. It's passable. I like, it's a fine watch for me.
Yeah.
That's all I can say really. So hit or miss.
Absolutely a hit.
Hit.
3-0. You got a shout out for Johnny. We're on a roll.
All right, then we jump into still 1990 with Edward Scissorhands. I'll start here. So it's creepy. When I first saw it, I was at the younger age. I think it's creepy. I know it's supposed to be like nice in essence at some points, but
it's like a fable.
I get it, but it's like it's creepy, but like Johnny Depp's really good at being creepy, so that's why I like it. I like that. I like Scissorhands. That's cool. It's like Freddy Krueger, ironically.
Yeah, there you go. I never.
What was Freddy's weapon? Freddy had the
claw.
The claw, yeah.
And your nightmares.
Yes.
So
he attacked you
in the night. He attacked you in the nightmares. That's right. Yep.
But I think this movie's fine. It's creepy. I like creepy, and I like Johnny Depp in it. So Jordan.
I think it's a brilliant concept. It's not based on anything, and I love movies. I mean, I love movies that are based on books, but I really have a passion for movies that are an original idea. And Tim Burton was fresh off Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I think that was which is also one of probably in my top 20.
Where's my bike?
Yeah. So it was just brilliant, and it holds over time so well. It was weird though, and sometimes you need weird in your life. And I think he did a great job with the role. I think Burton did a great job with his directing. I thought Winona Ryder was awesome in it.
Mm-hmm.
I usually watch it around the holidays. At least once. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies, other than It's a Wonderful Life and Home Alone. But it's probably in my top 3 or 4 for watching at least during the holidays. So yeah, I love Edward Scissorhands.
Cool. Tom?
You know what? I love this movie too. I didn't think I would.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think I saw it in the movies. I think I saw it on TV.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just I sat down because it's such a weird concept, like you
said.
Oh,
beyond.
And it just by the description of the trailer. It's like kind of Tim Burton's movie. All his movies like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But this movie has heart.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing about it. It has heart. And
you feel bad for him.
It's a very it's a very sentimental movie where you don't expect that. When you watch the trailer or even just beginning of it, it looks like a horror movie, but it's so far from horror.
Yeah, it's not.
So I love this movie, but more than anything, I love it because it was Vincent Price's last movie. He died during the filming of it. If you remember, Vincent Price was his father in the movie who made the hands.
That's right.
He had the hands.
That's right. He was great in that.
Yeah. So he was never able to finish Edward Scissorhands.
Wow.
So I love Vincent Price.
Interesting fact. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I love this movie.
Yeah.
Hit or miss?
Hit. Big hit.
Hit.
4-0.
Starting out like a ball of fire.
Yeah, he is.
1993 with Arizona Dream. So.
You know what? This is pretty forgetful because I can't remember that much about it. So I'm just gonna say, let's get to a vote. Well, I'm gonna skip to you guys because I don't remember it that well, and I've seen all of Johnny Depp's movies because I'm a big fan. But this one just doesn't really stand out for me. So for me, I see. It sounds like a brag, but I see so many movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like we were talking about CDs as well. I listen to so much, not CDs anymore, but I used to have to mark them so I remember which songs I liked. It's the same with movies. I think I watched like 5 this weekend.
Wow.
I was trying to tell you which
exactly.
ones I watched, and I couldn't remember.
Yeah. There's so much.
So if it doesn't stick with me, it's hard to like it. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna, so that's my opinion on this one.
I concur. So
vote.
Hit or miss?
Miss.
It's forgettable. It's a miss.
Yeah.
All right. And then we're still in 1993 with Benny and June. Correct.
Benny and June was very good. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I feel like he had there's not many films. I don't know I feel like the character had some form of autism or something was definitely off with him.
Well, that's
and
it's not nice to say off.
Yeah.
Not politically correct.
No,
we're
not
politically correct here.
Yeah,
either,
yeah.
So.
He had some form. Yeah,
sorry.
He had some form of autism, and I thought, this was like we're now seeing like the artistic side of Johnny Depp, where he's trying to do something a little different. Where he, fresh off Edward Scissorhands, which was a box office hit. So he went to go do something different, and I watched it a couple times, and I enjoyed it. I would enjoy it every time. Again, anytime an actor does something different, which we talked about on the first podcast, where they branch out and they try to do something artistic or something different. Yep. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I enjoyed this movie.
I think Edward Scissorhands was really his first role where he became an actor.
Yeah.
And I think this was like the next step up.
Yeah.
And I think this was the movie that gave him the material to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And to kind of prove that he wasn't a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on this movie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the same thing. I echo the points you just said. I agree. It's one of his branching out roles. Again, I like how you brought up what we did last week in the sense that branching out can be good, and it can be bad. I think this was in the middle for me. I like it. I like it. I admire the effort. I really do. And for that, in this case, I'll give him a pass. Not pass. I like the movie. Right. So in my book, it is good for the reaching out.
Yeah.
So hit or miss.
Hit. All right.
5-1.
All right, and then we're in.
It's early.
Lots to go through. All right, still in 1993, busy year for Johnny Depp. We are at What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Tom?
That's a classic, but not for me. Everyone loves this movie. It just didn't resonate with me. It kind of continued Johnny Depp's acting wise. It was another step up. I'll give him that. But it was kind of another. Not off. Yeah, it's another off role for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The movie, not role, but the movie itself is kind of in the same vein as Benny and June, I think, in terms of what it's trying to manipulate you to feel.
For sure.
I don't like being manipulated when I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
So it'll work on me the first time, but then come back with me in 5 years, not the next year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
I like this movie for Leonardo DiCaprio more than I do for Johnny Depp, to be honest. But like you said, it is a classic for some people. I am one of those people. So for me, it's a really good movie in my book. So
yeah, this movie has a lot of heart. What I do agree with you on a point where I could relate is I don't know. It's sad. It's a depressing theme. It's a depressing film. So you got to brace yourself mentally and emotionally when you go into watching it because of that reason. So all the time it depends on what kind of mood you're into really watching. I think I saw it on like MTV2 recently, and I'm like, why? Which was weird. It's like followed by a Wayne's Brothers episode, so it was totally like offbeat. I was like, Gilbert Grape. Oh, Wayne's Brothers show is on next, but I loved it. What?
There was no music on an MTV station. That's
not anymore these days.
I know.
There's two. There's two.
I'm not that old.
I know. I love this movie, and I think Johnny did a great job in it. It has a lot of heart. It covers like dysfunctional families and small towns, and I thought it was well acted, and I appreciate it.
Me too. Hit or miss.
Well, in the words of Larry David, I appreciate it. So those of you who watch that show will Curb Your Enthusiasm will get that joke. But I respect it. So it's a hit for me.
Hit for me too.
Hit.
Wait. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, my bad. All right. So now next we're on with Ed Wood.
I love Ed Wood. This is just such another Tim Burton strange movie that you don't know what you're getting into when you're going to see it or when you see the trailer. I had seen Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is what this movie's about, the making of Plan 9 from Outer Space. Ed Wood was the director. But Johnny Depp nails it. It's a great movie. Martin Landau plays Bela Lugosi.
Oh,
I think he won the Academy Award for it.
I think
he was nominated for it.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
And he nails the character. Which is kind of, now, if you think about it, he had Vincent Price and Edward Scissorhands. And he had, well, not the real Bela Lugosi, obviously. But character playing Bela Lugosi in the next one. Ed Wood's a great movie. I mean, I can go on and on. It's a great movie.
We've talked about it. Like,
it's off the wall.
Yeah.
But it's just
and I in private.
Best acting job again so far.
Yeah. Not only is it a terrific acting job, I'll go on a limb saying it's one of the best movies of all time.
I don't know. About that.
It's.
It could be Tim Burton.
It's great. I feel like The Disaster Artist, which was really good, tried to be it in many ways, but Ed Wood is just like the Tupac, while The Disaster Artist is more like Kendrick Lamar.
That's offensive.
That went right
over my head. So.
If that makes sense for you guys, so this is an amazing film from start to finish. I love, and even like some people say, "Well, I can't watch black and white." Well, then
that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Come on, Raging Bull. Like, there's so many great black and white films. To Kill a Mockingbird that we could go on a list here. It's one of my favorite films of all time. So I think I pretty much define it like that.
Yeah, I actually really love the comparison you drew to the Disaster Artist in the sense that it is trying to be that in a weird way, just with a far less talented person as the protagonist. But I mean, literally,
Edward wasn't much more talented than that guy.
No,
but Tommy Wiseau, we talked about. I mean, come on,
Ed Wood made like a lot of films, while Tommy Wiseau just made the Hi Mark. He made the one movie.
Oh, Hi Mark.
Yeah.
So, but no, like you said, it's a good comparison. But like, yeah, I agree. This is a much better. Well, actually, I won't say it's a much better version of that. It's a much better attempt in general at that sort of thing of like doing a movie about making movies.
Oh yeah, Ed Wood's an inspiring movie for I think any artist or any even movie fan.
Yeah, that's right. It probably relates to you a lot.
No, absolutely. You know, I think it's
especially
great.
The transvestite part, right?
Oh yeah.
I know Gerard's wearing a dress under the table.
Yes, true.
Coming soon.
Yes.
No, we'll get into that. But go ahead.
Not funny. DC, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Joey's lost.
We just got demonetized.
Yeah. Joey's lost.
Let's cover the face.
It's all right.
All right. Can never go in public. Hit or miss?
Big hit.
Hit.
No. Yeah. I think I spoke. Yeah.
Okay. 1994. Oh, sorry. Don Juan DeMarco.
That's. I think the main thing about this movie is that it's teaming up with Marlon Brando, but about 30 years past Marlon Brando's prime. I've read a lot of books about Marlon Brando, and Marlon Brando, who I love, great actor, but after about 1972, he stopped acting and decided just to go for a paycheck.
Yeah,
and it's apparent in this movie, and I think that brings it down.
Yeah, I think just the fact of Johnny really trying to branch out and do different things, which every role he takes is cool to see. This movie kind of went under the radar. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Johnny in it. I enjoyed pretty much anything Marlon Brando put his effort into. So yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I recommend somebody watching it, especially if you're a Johnny Depp or a Marlon Brando fan, and you could see. I wasn't like a Jack Nicholson, Adam Sandler comparison. As far as no chemistry, Brando actually loved Johnny Depp, and it was like noticeable on film. And they did another movie together, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I enjoyed Don Juan DeMarco very much.
Yeah, I agree. I like the chemistry that Brando and Johnny Depp have, which like you said has been missing late into his career of Marlon Brando.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this movie's okay. Yeah, it's like in the middle of the road for me, but I'm literally in the middle of you.
You're not gonna, go on a date with someone and say, "Hey, I just saw this great movie," and she's gonna say, "Well, what'd you see?" And you're gonna say, "Don Juan DeMarco." No, it's not the case. But again, if you're a movie fan or just an appreciation of the arts, or if you're an actor or director, you're gonna appreciate this movie.
Yeah, no. If I'm gonna show a movie with Marlon Brando in it, what am I gonna show them?
The Godfather.
No, Streetcar Named Desire.
Or On the Waterfront.
Oh man,
Streetcar Named Desire.
That's
what I'm showing.
Well, that's your choice. No,
Stella.
I'm going to show The Godfather.
I was making that joke so we can just have that bounce off. Argue.
Well, no,
anyway,
I mean, Streetcar, On the Waterfront, Godfather. All three of them, in terms of acting roles, are on the same level. And especially, he's really part of an ensemble in The Godfather, and those other two. He's the movie.
All right, I'll rephrase. I'm showing you
so it's a legitimate argument.
It is.
Show.
Showing your Superman.
What?
Show your Superman.
Superman?
Yeah, he's Jarrell.
Yeah, but he worked a day on that show.
Moving on.
$3 million for a day's work.
Hit or miss?
Miss.
Yeah, I'm going to miss too.
I'm going hit. I tried, guys. I tried.
Sorry, Johnny.
I tried.
All right. So 1995 with Dead Man.
Dead Man. Oh, sorry.
No, you go. You started.
I stepped on Gerard's shoes there. Dead Man was another black and white movie.
Yeah.
Johnny seems to like the black and white movies. It's a curious kind of movie. I think it's something that I remember. I was curious to see it. I went to see it, and I liked it. When I saw it, forgot it the minute I walked out the door. And when it comes on, if I see it on cable or satellite or whatever, I don't stick with it. I watch it for 5 minutes and I'm like, this was kind of interesting, but not enough to keep me. So,
yeah.
I feel the same. I caught it one time. I think I walked in on you watching it, and I decided to sit down and start watching it, but then I fell asleep halfway through. So that pretty much gives me my answer.
I thought the artwork was good. I remember seeing it at Blockbuster years ago, and I think I rented it. I don't know if my mom let me watch it or not, but I know.
You may have to explain what Blockbuster is.
Yeah. Oh, Blockbuster Video. Okay, so Blockbuster Video is this store that doesn't. All right,
it's like Netflix. You walk inside of.
Yeah. That's good. Thank you. Yeah, that's good.
Hit or miss?
Miss.
Miss.
All right, so then we're into still 1995 again with Nick of Time. So we pick up.
Out of time for Nick of Time.
It's hard.
Yeah, and like I'm using the word two words, not memorable. So
yeah, and like we said before, if it's not memorable, usually doesn't pass us. So miss for me.
Miss.
Miss.
All right, Donnie Brasco. Jordan.
Wow, where do I begin with Donnie Brasco? The only negative I will say on Donnie Brasco, which is the opening credits are like 20 minutes long. Did you notice that? Like with that movie?
No,
it's really long.
Now you're not going to not know.
But I've seen it so many times where I would just, all right, let me get through the 20 minutes. And then like, it's I don't know the runtime exactly, but it's long. But it's besides the point. Once the movie starts from start to finish, you're completely entertained. It's one of the best mob films of all time. I think Johnny played very well in that too, like at Passable. As he looked like a Joseph Pistone. He looked like that character. And every actor is great in that movie, from Bruno Kirby to Michael Madsen to obviously Al Pacino. Who directed Brasco? I think it was an English guy.
Wow, I don't know. I don't remember.
And obviously, us being in New Jersey too, you got to appreciate the fact that they shot in Clifton, they shot in Patterson, and I think some other surrounding areas in New York, obviously too. I'm going to sound. This is not a sacrilegious, but you're gonna probably think I'm probably out of my. I could compare Donnie Brasco to Goodfellas. I like it that much in the mob genre.
I won't knock that down. I think Goodfellas is hard, but I could see it. I don't think that's that bad a comparison. I think that for me, this is my favorite Johnny Depp movie.
Okay,
I think saw the movies. It comes on TV. You never turn it off.
Yeah.
I think it's Al Pacino's last great role.
Yeah.
But that's another show.
Yeah, for sure.
But Johnny Depp is just so believable. I think I would take the only part that I think gives it a few demerits, and also separates it from something like Goodfellas, is the part with Anne Hesh, who I think just ruins the movie.
Yeah, the kitchen scenes.
Yeah,
there's a few, far too many of them.
There's just a few too many.
Yeah.
And every time that's the kind of part when that part comes on, I'll switch the channel and get back to make sure he's back with Michael Madsen or Al.
Yeah.
But I love this movie. I just think it was just so because you didn't, when it came out, you didn't know the story.
Yeah,
you didn't know it was a true story.
Yeah,
you didn't know about Joe Pistone, and so a lot of surprises when you're seeing it.
Absolutely.
And I honestly think it's the most underrated mob movie that's been made.
Oh, absolutely.
On that level, it is on the Goodfellas level. It's not as good as Goodfellas.
No, probably not. But
it's a shade below.
Yeah, a shade below. That's a good way to break it down. I could keep talking about. I could do an hour podcast on this movie itself. So let's. I love it. I love it too. Go ahead, Joe.
Jordan Sweet. I love it also. It's what can you say other than what you guys said, and the fact that it's excellent? I think you're right. That it's one of the most underrated mafia movies out there. For sure it is, because people get so tangled up in the main ones everybody talks about. Nobody really get Donnie Brasco in this situation. It's just kind of like not trying to force his way in, but it's not getting in. Even though it deserves to be in that conversation, like you said, it's on a Goodfellas level. It's not as good as Goodfellas. Say that 5 times fast. But it certainly deserves to be up there. So hit or miss.
Hit.
Big hit.
Take it in there. You're doing good.
Yeah.
8-4.
So early though.
It should be Detective Don Juan. I got out. I took a big L there.
That's the game.
That's the game exactly.
All right. So we're still on 1997 with The Brave.
The Brave. I don't remember it. Just simple as that.
Personally, I remember this not fondly. I literally sat down, called on cable one time. Cable missing, satellite.
Was that the second one with Brando?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Did you? I don't. It was never released.
Yeah. So
it was never even really fully released. I think it was at
on cable though, right?
For sure.
I think I remember seeing it. I think it was Showtime.
I think it was at the Cannes Film Festival. I'm like,
exactly. Festival Darlings.
What year did it come out, Joe?
97.
Yeah, I think it was there. 97. Johnny Depp directed it.
Okay.
His only movie he ever directed. Right. And Brando is in it again. So obviously, Marlon Brando, for any fellow actors watching this out there, is the icon of all icons for any actors out there. So if an iconic actor is trusting another artist who never directed before to direct him in something, that's pretty cool. But I don't know the exact story behind why it never got released or whatever the case may be. I think it released in France and a few other countries, but I don't know if it ever released here in the U.S.
They may have spent more time drinking that wine than actually making the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were probably just partying. Yeah, and Brando were probably just partying and eating cheeseburgers.
Reflected like that on the screen.
Yeah.
So, let's vote.
All right, so in general, not memorable. So hit or miss?
I'm going hit.
Miss.
Because I'm always rooting for the artsy films, guys.
Miss.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, Gerard.
It's all right. I tried.
That's why I have a director.
Gerard's the artist. We're the slubs.
Yeah.
No, you guys aren't.
All right, so 1998 with Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
That's Hunter Thompson's biography. Okay. And growing up with Hunter Thompson's gonzo journalism, I'm in journalism. I'm a journalist. I hated Hunter Thompson.
Yeah.
It was Rolling Stone, stoner writing. People love him. People hold him high as this, this great journalist who created a new breed of journalists. I disagreed with it, but doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I mean, I'm right or wrong. Different strokes for different folks.
For sure.
And he's really, I think in this movie, he may be close to Hunter Thompson. I've seen Hunter Thompson. I've seen interviews with him, and I think he does. He basically does an imitation of Hunter Thompson, but I don't like the real Hunter Thompson. So I didn't like
you couldn't really relate.
Portrayal of
exactly.
fake
No, I understand what you're saying.
So, but I guess if you want to look at it, did Johnny capture him? Sure, he did. But I think it was more like an hour and a half long imitation than a good movie.
I'm kind of being hypocritical of what I said about good imitations. I'm going to only apply that to musicians. So in this case, I agree where
you're limiting yourself.
Whatever. I don't know how much depth.
Oh my god.
Oh god, that was bad.
I liked it.
Yeah, no, but what you said.
What I said. What he said.
What he said.
That's what he said. Shout out Michael Scott. Yeah, no, it's like I said, imitations. It just goes on too long. It's like I wasn't that familiar with Hunter Thompson, so it didn't really connect to me really at all anyway. So I wouldn't. But like I watched it and it's like whatever. It just fell flat. So not for me.
It's the kind of movie that needs to be watched again. I feel
right,
like
buy
you
that,
too.
but...
certain movies need to be watched again. We covered Uncut Gems last weekend, and we watched it twice, and unfortunately,
it's still fucking terrible.
Yeah, we both.
That's last week. Come on.
Yeah, it wasn't for us.
Adam Sandler's
you could just tell, like I think, John, this was good. This was a good movie. This was interesting. It was weird. It was
change our minds, Gerard.
It was well acted. It was weird. Benicio was great in it. I think it was Tobey Maguire's first movie.
Oh,
was it? He was also
Spider-Man.
He was also in This Boy's Life. Not sure, a small part in that movie. Not sure if you saw that, but that's one of my favorite films as well. This is an enjoyable movie. It's ahead of its time. Have you seen any other movies that are strict? I don't know if it would fly in 2020.
Probably
like
not.
If I don't think So it's definitely a cult classic. So Johnny definitely had his eye on the prize as far as doing different things and trying to make movies that are going to test well over time. And this movie does, but I'm going to keep talking about it. And I'm still going to take the L. So
I think it was a vanity project. I think he loved Hunter. He loves that. Their lifestyles are very close.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
So I think that was part of it too. And I again, Larry David, I appreciate that. But let's vote on this. And I loathe this movie. So I'm gonna give it a miss.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
I will give it a miss also.
I'm going hit. That's 3 times.
All right.
You almost had me there, but
in 1999, The Ninth Gate.
Scary movie, right? Attempt at a scary movie for Johnny Depp.
There's some about demons.
Demonic.
Yeah.
I don't think this is Johnny's genre. I understand. I think this is kind of like a reach for him to kind of be commercial, and Johnny Depp doesn't hit that for a couple years, and we'll see when we get that. This was just the wrong. I mean, it's just not his. I mean, I guess if you go back to Nightmare on Elm Street, that was, but this isn't. It's I don't know if I can explain it. He's too cool at this point in his career for you to feel scared for him.
Yeah,
I think that kind of sums up this movie.
Yeah,
it's true. It's like I want him to just kick the demon's ass. Like that's what I want.
It's just he's too cool for like that. That shit's not gonna bother Johnny Depp. Come on.
I feel like in 2020 he would never do that project. No, like I don't. Maybe he had a bill at the time that needed to be tackled or something, or the wine. Yeah, the wine. Yeah, back to the wine bill. So I don't know what he was trying to accomplish with this. Really, it just didn't sit with me. You know, like like a lot of his films,
miscasting.
Cry Baby, Fear and Loathing, Benny and June, Edward Scissorhands, like they stay with you. You know, like they stay with you. They're classics in a sense. This is not a classic, so yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. Ninth Gate. I'm just gonna miss the gate. Go to a different one.
The puns are mine. Will you stop trying to steal them, please?
Hey, puns are wild. Hit or miss?
Miss. Johnny's in a slump.
All right, so in 1999, still we have The Astronaut's Wife, co-starring with Charlize Theron.
Decent movie. Not much to say about it. Kind of it could have been a TV movie of the week, in my opinion.
Troy.
That was 99. I remember seeing that movie in the theaters and walked out and went to go see Night at the Roxbury. It was at the same year. Yeah, the same year. Back when, going to the movies was actually like important. It still is important to me, but it's, not as important, with all the streaming services.
You're a filmmaker, for Christ's sake.
It's very important to me, but I also embrace the streaming too. I think it is cool, for you to make films and to get your work out there in a different sense.
Try and stay awake, Joe.
In a different sense, but anyway, yeah. So I walked out of The Astronaut's Wife and went to go see Night at the Roxbury. So my night ended up being pretty good. Me and my buddies. Yeah. So we had a double feature. Charlize Theron was in that. She's beautiful. She
still is.
Yeah. That was also the same year Cider House Rules was out. That's also one of my favorite films too. So Night at the Roxbury is, better than that movie. Yeah.
Baby Don't Hurt Me. Hit or miss?
Miss.
Sorry, Astronaut's Wife.
Yeah. All right. So
Johnny's falling to earth, it looks like.
Geez, seriously. All right. Still 1999 with Sleepy Hollow. This one, I am a sucker for the Headless Horseman. I don't know why I am. I think that's a very scary tale. I think it's an interesting tale. It's like, whoa, guy who got his head chopped off is a scary Civil War ghost now. That's cool. Who rides a horse. What's not to like about that? So I like Johnny in it, but it's one of those things where I don't know. I find this movie, I don't know. It's like I don't hate it. I don't love it, but like it's okay for me. I like the Headless Horseman, so that's all I'll say about it. Yeah, it's good for me.
Yeah,
love the premise, love the actor, hated the movie. Tremendous disappointment.
Fair enough.
Yeah, disappointment for me too. Not sure if it was trying to be a horror. I found it just to be a piece of shit. Like I'm sorry. Like I don't, and.
So disappointing.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
Who doesn't love the Legend of Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Cool concept.
Very
I feel
cool
like
concept.
It would be done now.
Somebody should make that.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's a great story.
Yeah. I feel like maybe Baz Luhrmann would do that very well. Maybe or another filmmaker might.
Ichabod Crane.
It's too late to go back now. But I feel like if it was done now, it would have been done better with all the new technology and stuff like that. I feel like it would have been good.
It could be a really great series on Netflix or something.
Yeah,
or HBO or something.
A cool thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Make it really eerie.
I feel like it could have been so much better, and it just didn't exceed my expectations. So
I agree. Hit or miss?
Miss.
I'll go hit.
I'm going miss.
Missed opportunity.
Sorry, Joe.
Didn't have heads rolling.
Yeah.
Oh God, I am just robbing you.
That's terrible.
Robbing you. You're just jealous. I had these prepared before. I'm just kidding. All right. So then we've crossed into a new millennium, people, in 2000 with The Man Who Cried.
I cried when I saw this movie.
You're the man who cried?
Yeah,
is that a good thing? That could be a good thing, though.
I was the man who cried because actually it's about Johnny's manager. Because I think he's had like 6 pops in a row.
Yeah.
Poor choice. I don't know. Again, sometimes you wonder who's giving these guys career advice.
For sure.
He had such a what's the last one really that Donnie Brasco, right?
Yeah,
Came off of Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco to The Man Who Cried.
I guess maybe they feel like they could do no wrong.
Was Fear and Loathing after Donnie Brasco or before?
Yes, after.
So that was
I
think that was a vanity project. But I'm thinking in terms of like a challenge to you,
for sure,
and something that could be memorable and lasting. No. Simple as that.
Simple as that for me too.
Me as well. So total miss across the board. We're all gonna start crying. That's how bad it is. You are right though. Crying doesn't always mean bad.
Yeah,
of course.
of course. Like you watch Rudy, you cry.
Of course.
I mean, I cried during Rudy, and I love crying during it.
Cried
like,
during Avengers Endgame. Are you kidding me?
Or that. Yeah. Or that.
Yeah, it's not George.
You cried every Avengers movie. Who you kidding?
That is not true.
You cried at Captain America. Captain Marvel.
What are some movies? Did you cry in My Girl?
What are you talking about?
No, I was told by that time.
I cried.
Yeah.
I cried.
Did you cry besides that?
We cry at
Endgame.
Wonderful Life every year.
Yeah, so do I.
It's wonderful, man. That's
is it wonderful?
It's one. Oh yeah, pun intended. Yeah.
Okay, next.
All right, so then we're in 2000 with Chocolat. Holy God, this movie's god awful. It's terrible.
This movie left a bad taste in my mouth.
It's awful. I prefer vanilla.
Who was the actress in it though? She was
she's a French actress.
She was good.
Anne, I think Anne something.
He likes working with Anne's.
Just
Pesh.
The French accent just annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah.
The romance. I don't think he plays a romantic lead very well at all. I mean, Crybaby's a different thing because it's a genre.
Crybaby's silly, also though.
Yeah, but it's a period piece.
Yeah, for sure.
This thing, it's just it's a chick flick. I think it's a good date movie.
Yeah.
I think you may get something that the guy in Sleepy Hollow didn't have if you go take your date to this movie.
Wow, good one. Good one.
It's not a guy movie. It's a chick flick, and I know a lot of women do like this movie.
Dude,
I'm not one of them.
I just remember the scene in I Love You, Man, when he's watching Chocolat.
Oh,
and Jason Segel's watching the movie, and they just do like, he goes, stupid. And like, that's kind of like me. Like, I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's like, I totally relate to that little, because, it's just, no. And I'm certainly a fan of the artistic shit, so this one, I don't know what they were really trying to do with it, but.
Well, it flopped, so I think
it did flop. I think it was probably big in France where he was living, probably, and it was shot there.
Double feature with
it was just convenient for him. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
sorry, I caught that too late. I caught that late. Sorry.
Miss Across the Board.
Yes,
Miss Across the Board.
Miss Across the Board. Come on, Johnny, I'm rooting for you, man.
All right, and then we're in 2001 with Below.
Want me to go or you go?
Not Below. It's Blow.
I said Below, just in a weird way.
He said Below.
Okay. Blow as in.
No, it's Blow in as in.
Yeah.
Whatever. Same shit.
Again, I was excited about this movie.
Okay.
Great cast. I thought it'd be Scarface.
Okay.
Kind of like a Scarface kind of movie. And totally disappointed by it.
Oh, wow.
And I know I'm in the minority.
I'm surprised.
Everybody loves this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
it didn't resonate
with me.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I didn't like it. I mean, I shouldn't say I didn't like it. I was disappointed by it. There's a big difference in when you were seeing a film and whether you dislike it or whether you were disappointed in it or there's a big difference between those two things.
I get it.
I think it's watchable and I respect people who like it.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't do it for me, and I think that's more due to my expectations than the quality of the film.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. You see, you mentioned Scarface. I get in arguments with my friends over this all the time. I put it right up there with Scarface. I also put The Wrestler right up there with Rocky.
Okay.
Mickey,
all right.
I know.
One I'll let you go.
Like no, but my friends.
The second one, you're never getting back on the show with that. The Wrestler to Rocky. Come on, Gerard.
No, I'm telling you,
jeez.
The Wrestler is so real. Rocky is so like. Rocky is just so unrealistic, while The Wrestler is so realistic.
But you're looking
to see like what a hard nosed like really wrestler goes through.
Which is ironic.
You're looking at Rocky
think about
through
it's ironic.
20-year past prism.
When
you saw it, it was 20 years old or 15 years old.
Oh, listen, no discredit to Rocky, but I just think
Rocky came out. We don't want to go off on Rocky, but Rocky predates Raging Bull.
Yeah.
So no one had seen anything like that before.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why it was so good.
Oh, of course. No, of course. It's a great film and everything. Yeah. I put Blow on the Scarface level.
Okay.
I think it's one of the best films. Another one, like one of my favorite films. A
lot of people like to feel like that.
Yeah, I think he was just, again, like that scene where he's in the airport and Black Betty comes on. I feel like Catch Me If You Can was around the same, or maybe a year or two after, but very similar. Just like like with Leo walking through the airport with Sinatra playing, and then Johnny Depp walking through the airport with Black Betty playing. Like just friggin' iconic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like just true. Like that's like scenes like that just make you love movies, in my opinion.
It's Penelope Cruz, right?
Penelope Cruz. She's also beautiful in it. I thought Ray Liotta was just an amazing dad. His mother was awesome. She was also played Brenda in 6 Feet Under, which is one of my favorite shows. Ted Demme directed that, I believe. He passed away. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman.
That's why you like it.
Yeah. No. I just thought the overall. I think it's just an iconic movie. I think it hits all levels. I think it hits. I think it's funny. You know, when you go to a movie, sometimes a perfect movie, you want it to hit all cylinders, like American Beauty. Yeah, that hits all cylinders. I feel like Blow hit a lot of cylinders. I love this movie. Yeah, absolutely adore it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, you guys are kind of split. I just have to break the tie a little bit here. Let's see. I'm just gonna go general consensus on this movie because you guys said everything I would have said.
Sorry, Joe.
Sorry, I'm leaning towards Gerard. I'll give it.
Thanks, Joe.
I like this movie. Yeah, I don't love cocaine. That's
No. Do you think I overhyped it a little bit though? You could be honest.
No, but like when it didn't hit me. Like the way you described it, like it's not how I thought about it. But now that you you hit me with it, it's changing my mind a little bit. Which I have to watch it again. Maybe I'll find it in that arena. So that's why I'll lean towards you. So it's a hit for me.
I'm gonna give it a hit out of respect because I respect the most people's opinions, and it just didn't hit me that way.
Yeah,
but I think the general consensus would be a hit.
Look, every movie hits people differently.
Yep. Let's give it a hit.
Nice.
For the nose candy.
Nobody does that stuff here. No. Only in Hard Laughter the character did, but a lot of it. But I don't. I don't.
Exactly. Shameless plug available on Amazon Prime right now.
Yes. Yes.
All right. It's number 2001 with From Hell.
Again, like Sleepy Hollow, great premise, great actor. And it doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and tremendous disappointment because I guess I kept hoping that he was going to redo or bring the feelings out of me that he did in Edward Scissorhands or Ed Wood for that matter. Combining the kind of horror, old school horror with new school filmmaking.
Yeah,
and they didn't do it. And tremendous. It's Jack the Ripper, and he's not Jack the Ripper.
No,
but it's a Jack.
That's
the Ripper
the premise.
Story. Yeah,
he's a detective.
And God, Jack the Ripper is such a phenomenal character.
Yeah,
and even to this day, they haven't done a good Jack the Ripper.
No.
Movie. Jack's Back is good. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No,
James
I
Spader.
haven't. Yeah,
it's a modern movie where he's kind of a current day.
James Spader from the show on CBS. What is it?
James Spader's
Blacklist.
Blacklist, thank you. I was thinking Black Mass. Pun intended.
Oh, we'll get that later.
But disappointment for me.
I'll just go real quick. Yeah, no, I agree. It's very in the Sleepy Hollow vein. That's a really good point that you just hit. Like Jack the Ripper is really great. Yeah, well, not great, but really interesting character.
There's a lot of layers to it.
A movie
you could do something with the character. You're right.
It's one of those movies that like there should be one out there that everybody's like, oh, this is the best one about that guy.
Yeah,
but like there isn't. It's weird. Like I don't know. I think Robert Downey would be a great Jack.
You think Robert Downey would be a
great? I think Robert Downey would. I know it's not going to happen, but I think Robert Downey would be like a good Oscars host.
I think he'd be good at anything. Yeah. He's so good.
All right, let's get back to this.
Even in Back to School, the stoner with Rodney Dangerfield.
Exactly. Come on, just so much range because he actually was a stoner. I
loved him in Back to School. He was great and weird.
Yes.
Okay, From Hell.
No, I just it just didn't do it for me. I mean, maybe I'm being a little biased here, but there's only certain horror films that I really resonate with, and as an actor filmmaker myself, I feel like for me to really react to a horror film, it has to be special. And, so I appreciate the genre. I appreciate the horror fans. It's just not for me. And if you're going to make a horror film, please try to knock my socks off, especially for a guy I respect as much as Johnny Depp. So,
well, I don't think it's a horror film.
What is it though? That's
just it. You don't. Yeah. It would have been better off if he tried to do that. But,
yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't.
I don't know what it was trying to be.
Before the best Jack the Ripper film that I can think of right now is a movie called Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell. And just real quick, it starts out in the 1800s.
From Clockwork Orange, Malcolm McDowell. No, not Malcolm.
No, he's from England. He's in Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh, I thought you said he's from.
Yeah.
He's stars.
He's also, if you guys watch Entourage, he was actually the Terrence Ari Gold's nemesis. Did you guys watch Entourage?
No, but he did.
Yes, I did. I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway,
but Time After Time, phenomenal premise. It starts out in the 1800s, and H.G. Wells,
Oh, wait.
who wrote The Time Machine, is playing his chess partner is Jack the Ripper, but he doesn't know it's a doctor. And he finds out it's Jack the Ripper. And Jack the Ripper takes the time machine that H.G. Wells really built to the future. And H.G. Wells follows him to 1980 San Francisco.
Wow.
Or 1979.
That sounds like fun.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds
anyway,
good.
Anyway, you showed me that. I definitely heard of that. You showed me that.
We watched it.
Yeah, we definitely did.
From Hell, Miss.
Okay. So now we finally arrived. We're docking the ship in this one. Oh God, we jump into 2003 with Mr. Johnny Depp's big franchise. Every actor has one at some point. This is it in Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. I will start. I love this movie for the sole reason for Johnny Depp. I like Orlando Bloom. I like Keira Knightley, but Johnny Depp 100% carries this movie as he does, and we'll get into the franchise in my opinion, because he's just, I don't know what about Jack Sparrow is so good, but he's like just so likable as that drunk pirate. But the weird thing is, it's a Disney movie, so we don't really like. They show him as a drunk pirate, but he can't be dirty. No, there's not. Speaking of movies that haven't been made, there's not a pirate movie out there. It's like R-rated. Like, I guess Black Sails covers that on whatever stars. But no, I like this movie a lot. It's funny. Johnny Depp is great in it, and they're just fun adventure movies. It's like you go. It's one of those. It's a summer movie. It's popcorn like you go popcorn movie.
You said the adventure word. Absolutely. Yeah.
You go into the theater expecting, to get some funny pirate stuff. You get funny pirate stuff and cool action, sword fights and ships and all that. I was satisfied.
I was actually very pleasantly surprised because as big Disney fans, I never, it's hard to imagine them making a movie out of just a theme park ride.
Yeah. Exactly.
So when he went in and he saw this, it was just a great surprise. And this is his role. I mean, this is his,
he killed it.
It defines him.
Yeah, for sure.
And it
was made for him.
Everyone that's made, whether it's some are better than the others, but they're all good. They're all entertaining
because of
what?
And so because of him.
Yeah, well, because of him and the overall feel of the movie. Yeah, it's a feel-good movie.
Yes, they are.
And he got award recognition for this too. I think he was nominated for an Oscar for this movie.
I think one of them. Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Not the sequel, the first one.
Keith Richards, believe it or not.
I did know that. Yeah.
Geoffrey Rush was in that too, right? He was the villain.
And one of them.
Yeah, he's the first.
He's excellent. The King's Speech. He was.
Keith Richards plays his father.
Yeah,
in one of them, and Paul McCartney is in also one of them.
That's right. Which one? Yeah, Paul was in one of them.
Yeah. I think I think again.
There's 4 or 3.
There's 5.
There's 5.
Yeah. Oh, there's 5.
Yeah, there's 5.
But anyway, this is a great fun movie. So yeah.
Sure.
You know what? You guys took the words right out of my mouth. It's good. It's fun to see. He was great in that character. It was great. The character was awesome. And I was caught by surprise too how good it was. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect it to be that good. I remember seeing it in the theater when people would go to the theater, and I sat in the first row at the Clifton Commons.
Yep.
Right around the time it was like a few years old. So I got nothing but good things to say about it. Caught me definitely by surprise. It was awesome, and the franchise was excellent. Yep.
Yeah. So I agree. Hit or miss.
Hit.
If you haven't been on the ride, there's Johnny Depp's in it, and it looks exactly like him. It's like it's uncanny.
Really,
the robot is.
How was the ride? Did you?
Pirates is classic.
Yeah,
it's a classic.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, do it, Joe.
Well, the subtitle of the last one is called "That's All." Wait.
Okay.
So
that was probably out when you were a baby. That was 2004.
2003.
2000. I was out.
I was 6.
Yeah, you were 6. Yeah, it was like a sophomore, junior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So but fun memories.
Yeah.
All right. So in 2003, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Good movie with Antonio Banderas. It's the sequel to Desperado. And I can't stand Antonio Banderas.
Oh.
Can't stand. I can't name a movie other than this one. And again, to me, this is Johnny Depp movie.
That's what I feel about fucking Hugh Grant.
Yeah, I can't
slap the shit out of that
Although
guy.
he was great in The Gentleman, believe it or not.
Yeah, in 9 months.
But
that's about it.
I like this movie a lot because of Johnny Depp. And Salma Hayek's in it too, right?
Yes,
yeah,
she's the love interest girl.
And all the Once Upon a Time movies, I think, are great. To be honest with you, you think about
it's true.
Almost every one of them is really good. I like this movie, despite Antonio Banderas.
Yeah,
I can understand the goddamn word he says.
Yeah. All right, that's fair, I guess. For me, I like this movie. I like that Johnny Depp is in it. Obviously, it's just he's good in it. However, I prefer Desperado to I'm taking over the creepy person role because in the first one, Desperado, Salma Hayek is naked, so that's good stuff. That's why I'm giving this Desperado the over. She's not naked in this one. Trust me, I checked.
Okay.
But no, it's okay. It's a good movie for me.
This movie didn't sit with me. You know, Desperado, I did enjoy. I agree with you on the Tony Banderas front. He's not one of my favorite actors. No. Who directed this? You remember who directed this?
No, it's not
somebody famous.
Is it? Yeah.
You know, the guy did Super Kids. It's not. Antonio Banderas does a lot of.
The locations were cool.
Oh wait, Robert Rodriguez?
It's not Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, I don't know where they.
Super Kids? You mean Spy Kids?
Spy Kids.
That's who did it.
I feel like
Once Upon a Time.
Oh no, that's who did Spy Kids.
Oh yeah, no. But he also did From Dusk Till Dawn. Those movies remind me a lot of each other.
Yeah.
So but anyway.
Very very similar paths From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, definitely. I thought the locations were cool. I don't know where they shot this movie.
It looks like the ones that you've seen any old Clint Eastwood
exactly. Exactly. But
or the Wild Bunch or any of those movies.
Yeah, it's nothing to me really, and I don't want and. One of my good friends really likes this movie, and we watched it once. And I go, "You like this?" And he goes, "Yeah, I really do." And I was like, "I wasn't that entertained by it," but no, I just don't have much any other good feedback to say about it. Really, I think the locations they shot at were cool, and the sound was good, and some basic, some basic sound. It was well done. Yeah. It was well done. Yeah. But sometimes that doesn't. Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Once Upon a Time in America. Once Upon a Time in the West. Old West is cool. Once Upon a Time
in West. Yeah.
The West. Once Upon a Time in
Hollywood.
Rank them. Those 4.
Go ahead. Say it one more time.
This is not the show we're doing.
Yeah.
I know. I'd sit off.
Hollywood's number 1.
Hollywood, West,
America.
Mexico, America.
Oh no, I think America's like second. I love Once Upon a Time in America. That's the Don King one, right?
No, that's only in America.
De Niro's America. De
Niro and James Woods.
Yes, that's
Mafia.
right. Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in the West is Henry Fonda as a vicious bad guy.
Yeah.
And Mexico obviously is Banderas. I'll go. The first 3 are really close, but I'm gonna go Once Upon a Time in the West because Henry Fonda is so
nice. I thought you were going.
Then I go America.
Yeah. Then I go Hollywood.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
But maybe because Hollywood's too.
Next movie night, I want to revisit that with you.
Once Upon a Time last year.
Once Upon a Time in the West and Once Upon a Time in America. I'd like to watch those.
Yes, great. They're each, I think, 3.5 hours. So,
okay.
But they're worth it.
Yeah.
It's great performance.
Long,
anyway, we're way off topic. Sorry.
Once Upon a Time in Space.
We didn't vote? We didn't vote.
No, we didn't.
That sounds like an Ed Wood film. Once Upon a Time in Space. Or it might have been.
Mexico.
Hit or miss?
Miss.
Hit.
All right. You gave it hit? All right.
Okay. In 2004, A Secret Window.
Actually, I think I went to Once Upon a Time in the Bronx a couple weeks ago. It was like this B movie of Paul Sorvino, and it was fucking horrible.
Was it bad?
It was such a bad mafia movie. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, Once Upon a Time in Nutley, New Jersey.
Oh God, okay. God, it would just be like pizza.
We should make that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's your next picture.
Yeah.
Secret Window.
Secret Window remains a secret with me.
Yeah, I agree. Not good.
I liked it. I like this movie. It's creepy. It's about a writer, and anything John Turturro pretty much has a small feat on. He's great. And anything he does, from Big Lebowski. Even though you guys hated Anger Management, he was great.
The sequel just came out. Not the Big Lebowski.
I didn't see the Big Lebowski sequel.
Sequel to.
He's playing Jesus.
Yeah,
from
it's on iTunes
Lebowski. Did you see it yet?
Yeah, I know. I saw the trailer last night. Okay, yeah, it's on iTunes.
Cool. Yeah, so Secret Window is good, and it had one of those crazy endings, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys, would, on a random night one time. It's not bad. Mm. It's actually like a movie that caught me by surprise. I thought I thought it was going to be terrible, and it wasn't terrible at all.
Now that you're talking about it, it's bringing back more memories to
me.
So
and he's in this creepy house trying to write a book, and then it's has this fight club, kind of with the two, he's like. Yeah, you got to watch it again. It's a little hard to explain, but it's good, and I think I'm going to watch it maybe over the weekend again because I remember seeing it, and I did like it, and I'm curious to see if I still like it now.
Vote.
Miss.
It's a hit for me.
Miss.
Hit.
Nice. Okay.
Gerard, you can miss it.
Yeah.
Okay, and still in 2004 with And They Lived Happily Ever After.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Miss.
Closed book. Miss.
Miss.
Okay. 2004. Oh God. Sorry.
Easy for you to say.
2004. Finding Neverland.
Go ahead, Jordan.
This movie's great. Another artistic piece for him. He's playing the writer Peter Pan, very Peter Pan theme, and they basically cover how he came up with the idea. And it was the first movie Freddie Highmore was in, and they went on to collaborate on Charlie and Chocolate Factory, and he's now the good doctor, that kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was also Norman Bates. Yeah, so that was one of his first films. Kate Winslet was in it. Very good movie. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it too much because it kind of came and went, but it was very good, and he was great in it. And I think as far as acting goes, it was one of the best pieces he's put together. So
I like this movie too. Actually, I like movies about the writers of fairy tale.
For sure,
it's not a fairy tale. Well,
Peter Pan's a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's not. Everybody thinks it's because of the ride and the movies. It's like a Disney product.
No,
it's not. It's actually public domain. So like we can make a Peter Pan movie tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like there's no rule against it.
And Peter Pan's one of my favorite Disney characters.
I like Peter Pan.
Yeah,
I like Peter Pan and Wendy. It's a cute story, but and though the ride's not worth an hour and a half to pay for it. But
maybe it was.
Well, sure, but not anymore. But anyway, I like this movie. It's like it's got the tinge of the Brothers Grimm, right? It's like that, and I can't remember the name of the Charles Dickens one we watched a few years ago for Christmas, where it talked about how he wrote
it had a Christmas story in it, something like that.
Something like that. But my point is, I like movies like that, and this was in that vein. So for me, it was good.
I've never been a fan of Peter Pan.
Okay.
Even when I was a kid, when they used to show it, the live version of it.
Who would you say your favorite Disney character, if you had to choose?
He's not though.
We go to Disney all the time.
Yeah, I know. You guys go. Yeah.
And I've never been a big Disney fan in terms of movies.
Okay.
I love the parks.
Yeah.
In terms of the characters and the movies,
none of them did it for you.
I was always a Warner Brothers guy.
Okay.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
Looney Tunes. Yeah.
Bugs and
what's up, Doc?
Yeah. They were, to me, that. And I never was a big fan of the characters in Disney. So but like I said, Peter Pan was never a big story for me. This movie, I thought it was well made.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately, now whenever I see it, whether it's on or it's not, I think of Michael Jackson.
I knew
unfortunately, because that was what the name of the documentary, wasn't it?
Leaving Neverland.
Leaving Neverland was that.
Finding
so
Neverland.
Again,
it's like the sequel.
Finding, Leaving.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty gross.
So what?
It's pretty gross.
Yeah, the documentary was very hard to watch. I threw up after watching. I called my mom. After watching, I go, "Mom, I'm sick," and I'm a big MJ fan. I go, "Mom, I'm sick." She goes, "Well, Gerard, you can't be surprised. Are you really surprised?"
Let's not even go there.
Yeah. No, we can't go there. Let's stick to Finding Neverland, not Leaving It. We're finding it.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Hit, absolutely a hit.
You know what? You guys sway me. I'll give it a hit.
Nice. All right. Is he tied? Are we tied?
13 all.
Nice.
13 all. Okay.
Let's see if you can maintain it.
All right. 2004 still. Very busy year again. We have the Libertine? Libertine.
Not very memorable.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. So just a miss across the board.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have in 2005 Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'll start with this one. So I'd seen this one before I'd seen the original with the late great Gene Wilder, who is like super great as Willy Wonka because Johnny Depp was creepy. Gene Wilder was creepier because Gene Wilder looked like he wanted to kill you.
Yeah, but
did he not?
Yeah, he did. But you would like kill me because you're so joy. Like I don't mind if you kill me because
the thing about the story of Willy Wonka, if you peel back the curtain, it's a horror movie. If you peel back the curtains, this guy is luring children into his candy factory and kills them off one by one.
Wait, didn't we just talk about that documentary?
Exactly.
What documentary?
Leaving Neverland. Exactly.
Please. Come on, guys.
Same difference. My point.
Brutal.
Either way.
Brutal.
Anyway, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Charlie and Chocolate Factory. This one's it's still creepy because Johnny Depp is very creepy as Wonka, but this goes off the rails a lot because the whole plot like revolves around Johnny Depp has Willy Wonka has like severe daddy issues, and his dad is a dentist played by Christopher Lee, one of the best Draculas of all time. And like he goes to him and gets a dentist checkup it's really weird. It's like the whole ending part is just bizarre. Like, oh, he gets his teeth cleaned because he likes candy.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, and he had like retainer. It's really weird. But no, I as a kid I liked this, but I haven't rewatched it since. It's not a good movie. It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
All kinds of weird.
It is weird. I think it was but they had like this Marilyn Manson like goth Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. I feel like
yeah, it's like psychedelic,
Wilder, which I understand what you're saying, but like I never was a fan of remakes necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, they're very slippery slope to me. I mean, off the top of my head right now, I can't name really one good remake. Maybe you guys could. Anyways, there's some if we really, sit down and talk about it, but not the time for that. This movie was just weird. I don't know,
bizarre.
like again, it was like Marilyn Manson to me. He looked like,
yeah, a little bit.
He just reminded me of that goth like feeling, and that's not who that character is. So they took a different take on it. I saw it, again, like you when I was, probably like 19 or so. Like I think.
The 10's 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. Did they make a sequel to this too?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
All right, good. Yeah,
They did not.
Yeah.
It's just a remake.
Yeah.
I didn't like the original, and I didn't like this one either.
I'm surprised.
Fair enough. I like the original.
Interesting.
At second glance,
I don't like either one of them.
I like the story. I like the twist at the end.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
I know that was more appealing to me.
Yeah, he was like really mean too. Like he was like a Grinch kind of.
That's why I like it. It's like, oh, you're not expecting the nice candy guy to be an
Joe,
asshole.
you're convincing me here, man.
No, on the first one.
Yeah.
No, on this one. Yeah, so hit or miss? Hit or miss?
Miss.
Hit. Oh, sorry, miss.
You going miss?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go miss too.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's
if you were going hit, I would have went hit.
No, if you were talking about the first one.
Yeah.
Give it a hit, but no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then in 2006, we're going to do something weird here. So we're in 2006 and 2007 with the second and third installments of Pirates of the Caribbean. The second one being
right?
Dead Man's Chest and At World's End.
Oh,
yeah, again, we can't repeat ourselves. The same stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong
Back
being the same movie.
Oh no, he's at 500 again.
What was your favorite Pirates if you had to choose?
Oh God, I don't know.
Out of the 5, do you have a favorite?
They all blend together.
They really do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the fourth one, but we'll get there.
Yeah,
I could define him by the bad guy, and I always love Ian
McShane. Yeah, as Blackbeard. Yeah, Blackbeard's cool.
So that to me, but I can tell you which one that was. So
yeah, Geoffrey Rush was great in the first one.
He's tentacle face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Davy Jones, right?
He's Davy Jones.
Davy Jones. Yep.
Tentacle face. You know what I mean? Davy Jones.
I knew what you meant.
Okay. All right, so that was those two. So yeah, hits. All right, in 2007, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Again, same time frame as like From Hell and Sweeney and
Edward Scissorhands.
And what? Headless Horseman. What's the movie?
Edward Scissorhands.
No.
Oh, you mean Sleepy Hollow?
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah,
all around the same time frame, same era, and you know what? I love that era so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And each time he just disappoints me more, and this was just another one in that string.
Yeah, I much prefer the Office interpretation of this, where Andy comes in.
No, that's right. Yeah,
as the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
And then what falls? The wine bottle.
Michael Caine drunk because he didn't get the part.
Yeah, that's right.
His audition was an episode of Law and Order.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
yeah.
right.
No. So, but I admire Johnny Depp's range in this. He does an okay job. I was never a fan of the play. I saw it. My high school did a version of it that I, for some reason, saw like on a dare or something. So not good for me.
Yeah. Not memorable. You could tell that Tim and Johnny love doing weird and different.
They definitely do. Something weird there.
Yeah. You could tell they do have chemistry though, and they like working with each other.
Yeah. They match.
Yeah, they match. They match well. Yeah. They really do. It's a good fit for them. The music's good. If you're into,
I like the song.
If you're into that song, and I think Danny Elfman scored that too.
I'm going with yes, because Tim Burton.
Yeah, Danny Elfman scored that too. So anything really Danny Elfman kind of does. Music's always a good character in movies.
What band?
What?
What band is Danny Elfman from?
He's in a band.
Yeah, started out in a band.
What band?
Oingo Boingo.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. There we go. But I'm with you guys. I don't know if the movie was necessarily anything special per se.
Yeah.
But I respected it. It was a huge production, and they put it together nicely, and it was well done on a filmmaking point.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Tim Burton.
He's always got that weirdness.
It was okay. It's not The Astronaut's Wife or From Hell. So
I think Tim Burton is always more substance over story.
Yeah.
And he's Edward Scissorhands obviously is an exception,
Mm-hmm.
but I think for the most part, it's always more about the look.
Yeah.
And the Tim Burton-esque
yes.
of it than the story itself.
Yes.
And
Sometimes he gets lost with that, and he really emphasizes on that. And I think Danny Elfman being his big collaborator.
One of the few big caveats is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is like Michael Keaton, like.
But it's also visually,
yeah, for sure. It's weird.
It's like it's Tim Burton.
But like, it's also hilarious, right?
But
so
I think it has a lot to do with Michael Keaton.
Same thing with Batman, I guess. Then.
Well,
the first one. I like the first one.
All right. Anyway.
Second one's bad.
Original Batman. Yeah.
Batman.
Oh yeah.
Miscast. Vote.
Yeah, I agree. Ben Affleck.
I'm curious. So you guys say you vote. You vote
Miss
for
me.
Todd.
Miss.
Doesn't matter.
No, but whatever.
It doesn't really matter.
We gotta vote. It's part of the show.
I'm gonna go hit.
All right. Okay, and then we're into 2009 with long title here, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, which is an ensemble film, which I think we're
we'll put
pass on that one.
Yep.
Pass. Yeah.
Weird one. Also,
No vote.
Yeah. So
wait, so was that Heath Ledger's final move? No, that's
no, he died already.
Mr.
Oh,
Emporium.
he maybe didn't.
What's that?
I love that in Breaking Bad, the scene when Walt's in New Hampshire and he's spoiler alert for if you guys haven't seen Breaking Bad. Well, hopefully you saw it by now.
It's one of the greatest shows ever.
Hopefully you saw Breaking Bad. But you remember like when the guy that hides him and he gets into the house and he's looking. He's got this little shitty TV and he's looking through like the DVD collection.
Is he watching this?
Mr. Wonder's Emporium. Or how do you?
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Two copies. Like just like
what?
Like, do you remember that scene?
No.
In Breaking Bad.
No, I get the ending.
Breaking Bad, when he finally gets into that shitty house in New Hampshire, when he's hiding out.
I got it. Yeah.
And he's going over all the utilities that are in the camp or in the house.
In the house, yeah.
And there's no cable, and he's describing everything that he has in there, and he's looking over the movie collection that he has, and he says, "Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium." 2 copies. Like, did you? Yeah.
Okay.
And he goes, and then Robert Foster, rest in peace, goes, "I'm not a big fan of movies. I don't know much about that stuff." Do you know the scene I'm talking about?
Yes,
though?
I don't remember that exactly. Yes, I got
got confused with those two movies, but
Robert Foster, R.I.P.
For sure.
Did you see the car one, the El Camino?
Oh yeah, of course.
So
yeah.
All right. So then we're passing that.
No, we're passing that.
Yeah. All right. In 2009, Public Enemies. I'll start with this one. Going into this, I did not know the story or really anything about it of John Dillinger, but I found this movie incredibly boring. Like it was just kind of like there was an original Public Enemies, right?
No, Public Enemy. It's a different movie.
Okay,
different whole story.
All right, whatever. But
James Cagney.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry, that's an offensive to that movie. Public Enemies, but no, it was a snooze fest for me. Johnny Depp, he was kind of just kind of blah. He was John Dillinger, and I don't know, just didn't hit for me. It's boring as hell.
Yeah, this is about John Dillinger, who was a renowned bank robber back in the 30s, and John Dillinger was known for his length.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
And this movie comes up very short.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, that's real.
He was known for having a big package.
Big package, and
what?
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
Actually, there's always a rumor that it's in the Smithsonian or one of those. That was a rumor for years.
Okay.
But now again, great era.
I like the series. Cool.
When you saw that this was coming out, I immediately thought of Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah,
movie like that.
It's hard to repeat
Christian
some
Bale,
of this stuff.
I mean, Jesus, how do you fuck up Christian Bale
and
Johnny Depp? And they did.
Who was Christian Bale in the movie? I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I was like, I don't even, And
yeah, really, that's unforgivable.
Anything Christian Bale really puts his hands on, he's in it.
They blew it.
They blew it. Yeah, they blew it. They blew it is a good way.
It should have been
Public Enemies. They blew it.
Yep.
Comma. They blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it.
You blew
it. Yep. No, we're not on that again.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so miss from me.
Miss, absolutely. Disappointing.
Yeah. Big snooze fest. All right, and then we travel back into the wonderful world of Mr. Tim Burton with Alice in Wonderland. Oh, I don't even.
Well, I remember this scene. It's in the movies, and I was on a date with a girl who I was really excited to, and we didn't have any chemistry, right? We went to
I blame the movie.
Hopefully nobody's watching this, but a girl I was seeing.
Everybody's watching this.
Yeah. No, well, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Hopefully you're not her. Well, if she does, hope she's well. But we went on a date and we were like, we went to go see Alice in Wonderland, and we didn't have any chemistry, and the movie didn't have much chemistry. So it was a failure of a night, but I did manage to get boneless wings that night from Applebee's, so I was a happy boy.
Even Applebee's.
Yeah. I like the boneless wings. I do. I'm a sucker for that. I know they're like.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
Wasn't the bone you were hoping for?
Yeah.
Ooh, zing, zing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Go ahead, guys.
No, I prefer the OG Disney cartoon.
I think these two guys should not work together again for 20 years.
Yeah, just the rest.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen. But big miss. All right. In 2010, we have The Tourist.
I wouldn't have let him into the country.
Yeah,
it's just
me either.
I mean, come on.
Was this like trying to be Mrs. Mr.? It was
trying to be
Mr.
like
Mrs.
slick,
Mrs. Smith, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was trying to. I think it was like one of the. They say they put like if you read like blogs, if you're whatever reading material, they put it up there with like the J-Lo Ben Affleck movie.
Jersey Girl. Jersey Girl. Yeah.
No, Jiggly. I think we're pronouncing the G may be silent.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah,
I know what you mean though.
The G
I think it's Geely.
But if you read an article, that people say that's the worst movie of all time, and they also put The Tourist like right up there with it. As one of the other worst movies of all time.
Very worthy of that title as well.
Yeah.
Bad.
Kevin Smith.
Did you see it in the theaters or from home?
I saw it in the movies. Yeah.
You went to the movies to see it?
The trailer looked good.
Yeah, it did.
It did. Sucked you in, and then you're like, oh man, this is getting better. It's not getting.
It was pretty
better.
long too, right?
Yeah.
It was a good 2 hours. Yeah, I gotta pee.
Okay, the pee's more interesting in the movie. Let me hang in the bathroom a little bit while. Can I get another soda?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's credits. Credits. All right, we're
miss.
good. That was
miss.
Sorry, Johnny. I love you, but man.
All right, so then we're in 2011 with the fourth installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
Hit.
I like this one. Paul McCartney's in it.
Hit. All right, he's climbing. He's trying.
He's fucking fuck ton of movies. All right, in 2011 with The Rum Diary.
Good try.
I thought the artwork was really cool. I'm working on something now, a new script, and that cover art is something like I'm aiming for. I don't know if you've ever seen the cover art for Rum Diary, but it's really This was pretty good. Obviously not on the same level of Fear and Loathing. Definitely another Hunter Thompson piece. I feel like it's a movie that I really want to watch again to really observe it better, especially if I want to do something along the line. Like I'm really inspired by the cover and the promotional with the artwork of the cover is really cool. He's like in a hotel room and there's a lot of stuff going on, but you really don't know what's going on. But I feel like it's a movie I'd like to revisit again just to really get a good feel for it. But it was enjoyable. People did not like this movie though. It did not like resonate well with fans or moviegoers.
Yeah, I'm in that majority.
Yeah,
didn't hit for me.
Does not ring a bell at all for me. So, again, my theory is it was forgettable. It's a miss, but
I agree. So miss for me too.
I'm gonna give him a hit, but it don't matter.
Yeah. That's all right. As long as he knows, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you asked for Tim Burton and Johnny Depp never work together again. You did not get your wish because the next movie in 2012 is Dark Shadows.
Oh my God! Where do I start with this one?
Was it a remake of a series, right?
Remake of a horror soap opera.
Horror soap opera.
60s and 70s. Classic show. We used to come home from school every day.
Yeah.
We'd run home. Came on at 4:00 from 4 to 4:30.
Yeah.
And you hear that music and you see the crashing waves.
And Dark Shadows.
You know it was Dark Shadows. The vampire. It was totally serious. Live.
Yeah.
So there was all mistakes in it. but it was a serious horror movie. Horror
series.
Soap opera. Which was never done before and hasn't been done since.
Yeah.
It was such a cult classic. He was Barnabas Collins was like a Beatle.
Okay.
Honestly, he was in every teen magazine.
Yeah.
It was a cult. Yeah. Cultural icon. And my sister and I we loved this show.
Yeah.
When we heard that they were remaking the movie, we were so excited.
Mm-hmm.
And no. Tim Burton. They blew
what do you feel like was missing with it? Like just like
everything. It was nothing. All they did was take the characters.
Yeah,
and just
should it have been like you say like it had some production flaws.
It should have had a different director.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It should have been played straight, not for kitsch comedy.
Yeah,
quiche comedy, whichever way to say it. The only good thing is they had a couple of the original actors from the series.
That's nice. So they gave some kind of
I don't even know if they had speaking roles, but they were in it. But again, this happens so much with him. The premise and the thought of him in this premise. In the story, just sounds so good, looks so good on paper, looks so good in a trailer. and then you get in the movie and you're just Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sucks because you just keep sucking your back
and
in.
We may be in the minority because, again, Charlie and Chocolate Factory hit financially wise.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland, maybe we don't like it, but it's a hit.
Yeah.
So if something is working,
they have a following.
Yeah,
Tim Burton has a following.
Of course he does. And if something is working, it's not going to stop.
Yep.
Especially in that field, So,
which is ironic then that you remind me.
I think Dark Shadows was the last one though. I think that really. I don't think that
could have been it.
I think that was it.
But Alice Cooper, is in this Dark Shadows.
Is he? Well, yeah,
and that's probably where they met and formed
the band.
The initial formings of Hollywood Vampire.
Do they tour and stuff? The band?
They tour, yeah.
Oh,
wow,
wow,
had 2
cool.
albums out.
Wow, cool. How are they?
They're good because Alice sings most of the songs.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like Alice with a backing band. Johnny usually sings 1 or 2, although he did a cover of Heroes, David Bowie's Heroes on this album. He does a really good job of it.
I'm sure.
Just as a guitar player, it just looks weird on him. He's trying so hard to be a rock star.
Yeah.
You're not a rock star, Johnny.
Go back. Yeah, for sure. Come on. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I agree. Dark Shadows is bad. It's awful.
Yeah.
So, miss from me.
Miss.
All right, and next
Watch the TV show, though. I think it's on Hulu.
It is. Yeah. How does it hold over time? I'm curious now.
It doesn't at all.
But yeah. But you can still appreciate the nostalgia.
Think about it. It was a daily TV show probably for, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So how many episodes is that?
Yeah.
You're talking maybe 1,200 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there'd be like 5 episodes in a row where nothing happens.
Yeah.
In fact, Barnabas the Vampire, I don't think comes until the 2nd season.
Wow.
So the first season is just like...
Yeah. Thinking about this, I believe my mom or not my dad, my mom liked this show, I think.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
But you go back when they brought it back, like, because it was off the air for so many years. They brought it back, I don't know, maybe in the 80s or early 90s. And you got excited. You started watching it from the beginning. You're like, how did you... We like this?
Yeah. It's one of those things. Like, that's how I feel like going back to watching Power Rangers.
Oh,
like that. I was like 6. I was like 6, and I was like, "This is the greatest! I love all the toys. I love the show." You watch that now?
Yeah, because our episode's the same.
It was on Netflix for a while. I don't know.
Sure,
I think it got the boot though.
A million Power Rangers.
I did watch a documentary on the guy who actually created Dark Shadows about a month ago.
Okay,
it's on Netflix. And it's pretty good. So if you're interested in the original Dark Shadows, where it came from, watch that, and you'll see. It'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
All right, so we gave that a miss. Well, speaking of letdowns from TV shows, in 2013 we have The Lone Ranger.
Really? Was that Disney? Yeah. Was that Disney too?
That's
Army Hammer.
Who played he was Tonto. Who played
Army Hammer?
Who?
Army Hammer.
Army Hammer. Yeah, Army Hammer's another disappointment. since the
Social Network.
Since the Social Network.
Call Me by Your Name. No.
Well, that's not my type of movie.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm a little bit. I'm a demographic that.
That's totally not your
But The Lone Ranger.
Doesn't like peaches.
I keep repeating myself.
Great
character, great story. The premise looks cool. Johnny Depp as Tonto really could be really cool.
Yeah.
And then you go see it, and you're like, this sucks, man.
Yeah.
Another wasted opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he was living high off that Pirates of the Caribbean. So the studio execs and Disney were like, okay, so we got 4 hits, 4 Pirates of hits. Let's sign on Johnny to do the Lone Ranger, and it did not work. Obviously, another thing. I want to see Johnny go back to like Benny and June, or like
how about playing a mafia character?
Or even Donnie Brasco.
He'd be a good mob boss
again.
He would be. He was great in that movie, man.
He does do that.
Donnie Brasco. Yeah, but I want to see. I don't know. Like even like Jim Carrey, who I actually heard the new Sonic movie was really good. But I want to see Jim Carrey get into, like another Ace Ventura character.
That's what we said.
And I want to see Johnny get back to like, doing that daring artistic shit, not shit, but like something. Yeah. And, no, man, no. Yeah. Enough. We have 5 Pirates movies and they're all good.
Yeah.
We don't need the Lone Ranger with him in it.
No, that was.
We don't need that. No. We just didn't need it.
Let's vote.
So hit or miss?
Miss.
All right, and in 2014 we have Transcendence. This was a movie that, I think it's an ensemble. There's a lot of people in it.
No, he's the star of it, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
Because I know Morgan Freeman's in it, I think. Again, it's still not memorable for me. It was kind of just blah. So it didn't really transcend me. It just slipped under my radar. Fortunately, I saw it. Wasn't that good. Just kind of dry.
Hey man, we all got bills. Everybody, we all got bills, man. Everybody's got bills.
Johnny Depp does not have bills.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
More
than we do.
A couple years ago about how he spent all his money.
Yeah, and he was going.
He bought an island,
and I think he was divorced to the actress that he was with too. Yes. Something was going on there too. Yes. So they must have threw him a lot of money. They must have said, So yeah, no.
All right, fair enough, but no.
Miss.
Okay. Still in 2014, we have Into the Woods, which is a huge ensemble. There's like a gajillion people in it. It's every fairy tale in one. So pass. In 2015, we have Mordecai. Okay, I'll take it. It's not good. I don't really understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to play like a more. It was like, it seems like he's a Tim Burton-y character in the sense of the mystique he tries to play, but like in a much lighter tone. And something about hotel.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Now,
it's not very. The fact that I had to describe it that way, and no, it's not memorable at all. I know Gwyneth Paltrow's in it, but no.
Yeah, stupid.
Right? Very dumb.
Yeah.
Just stupid. So miss from me.
Miss.
Okay, and then we're jumping to 2015.
He's getting beat up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Sliding.
Yeah. And we had 2015 with Black Mass.
Black Mass was the story of Whitey Bulger, the head of the Boston Irish Mafia. Again, I know the story of Whitey Bulger. I know the story of the Southeast,
of course,
and it should have been better than it was. I'm not going to crucify it because he's great in it. He's as an acting role, he's great.
Yeah.
It's just such a great story. I think it could have done so much better. I don't know whether they rushed through it.
Yeah.
But I think he's great in it, and it's like a beginning of where you want to see him start to get back to.
Yeah,
so it's a good first.
It's like a resurrecting role from compared to like Transcendence.
Transcendence, yeah.
Mulan.
Mordecai. Mulan in theater soon.
What'd you think, Joe? Yeah,
I liked it. I didn't know the story of Whitey Bulger, so
yeah, I wasn't familiar with it either.
I weirdly enough, I like the supporting cast more than I like Johnny Depp more. I don't know. I think the cop is oh god, what's his name? Joel Edgerton.
Yes,
right. That's him.
Yes.
I think he's really good.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch is his brother, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
is this before the Imitation Game, which was excellent?
I think so. Yeah.
Did I see that?
At parts, it's the Nazi thing, right?
Yeah.
No, Benedict Cumberbatch, I couldn't really get past him because he's a super British guy, obviously, and I couldn't get past him trying to pull off a Boston accent. It's pretty entertaining.
I thought he pulled it off.
No, of course he did. He's a great actor.
That guy's good. He's got a new show coming out that looks good too. I think a Hulu show or a Netflix show.
I don't know. He's Doctor Strange in my book.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I like him and I like Joel. Like them being in the story more than I like Johnny Depp in this movie. I admire him in it. I think again, not knowing the story, I think it was kind of cool how they call him 20 years later.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like in a parking lot, but he's already old, so like who cares?
Yeah.
So he basically got away with.
Well, and also The Departed was based on him.
Oh, okay.
That's Whitey Bulger.
Oh,
Jack Nicholson is Whitey Bulger.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. Okay,
a fictional version of it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay,
they're both rats.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, I'm gonna get shot by the Boston Mafia.
Yeah,
he was just happened to work for the FBI in his free time.
Yeah,
honorably.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like it. It's okay.
It's not Donnie Brasco.
No.
It's not. It's not on that level. But he was definitely. I'm sure he watched Donnie Brasco again to try to get some inspiration for the character as far as the crime aspect goes of it. It could have been better, but it wasn't. It's a step up from the last 5 pictures he did.
Yeah. For sure.
I could watch it again. If it's on, I'll keep it on and I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll squeak it a hit.
Hit.
I'm going hit. Nice.
All right, well, don't get too comfortable. Because
he's down only 1 touchdown. 24-17.
Oh God. Oh well. I mean, I'll say
we got a fourth quarter drive that Johnny Depp left.
We'll need the XFL rules to get it. 2016 with the sequel to Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I bet much of you did not know there was a sequel to that movie, but there is. It's called Alice Through the Looking Glass, and it's equally, if not worse. Bad.
Miss.
Okay, but all right, no, we have some light here. 2017 with the final installment of Pirates of the Caribbean, the 5th one.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Dead men tell no tales. As said by Ian McShane in The Ride, I think.
No.
You know, Blackbeard's saying that.
Oh, he's not.
Oh, well,
That's Davy Jones, I think.
It's supposed to be Davy Jones, but it sounds like it. I don't know, but they show that picture of him. Oh, no.
It's Davy,
Right.
no, it's Davy Jones.
Was this your least favorite Pirates or in the top?
No, I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was the final one of the franchise, I think, because they brought back, because Orlando Bloom hadn't been in it for like 2 of them, so he came back in the end, and so did Keira Knightley.
It was a good one.
Which was okay, which was nice. So, you know, it was a good.
This is why they should have just, the Lone Ranger should never existed and just stick what works.
2 more.
The Pirates movies work.
Yeah, so.
You know?
A hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the Pirates. I like
all right, late fourth quarter. Tough.
No, I don't think so. All right, so in 2017, we have Murder on the Orient Express. Ensemble. I like whodunits, but yeah.
Ensemble.
I like it though. It's a good movie. There's a good cast.
The original's better.
I'm sure it is. I've not seen it, but this is the Orient Express.
Just like the Dark Shadows original.
I love Knives Out. So, all right, and then we have we're in the final stretch here. 2018, The Professor.
I didn't learn a thing from this film.
The Nutty Professor?
No, it's just the professor. The premise is like he has cancer, and then he's like, you know, it's one of those teacher things. I'm dying. I'm gonna make something of my life.
This came out?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Probably direct to iTunes.
I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah.
So,
miss.
Yeah.
In 2018, still City of Lies.
City of Lies wasn't bad. It's Russell Crowe, I think, right?
Is it?
That's Body of Lies.
Memorable for me.
Body of Lies.
That's what Body of Lies is with Russell Crowe and Leo, I think.
Okay, we're getting confused here.
Yeah. No, Body of Lies. Body of Lies is
this is City of Lies.
City of Lies.
I don't know. Something of lies.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Totally getting off track.
We're not Jack Nicholson, right?
I'm sorry. I just
all right. Either way,
the show's running long, folks.
It is. So we're gonna push through.
Johnny did a lot of movies.
Yes, he did. City of Lies was for me. So I'm gonna
pass on that one.
Yeah, well, sure, we'll pass.
I'm passing.
All right, and then 2019, finally with Waiting for the Barbarians.
I did not wait for that movie, so I'm gonna hit a miss.
Me either.
It rhymes. I like The Last of the Mohicans a lot. You guys
Last of the Mohicans, you mean?
Last Mohican. Sorry. Wow. Mohican. I'm tired, guys. It's like 1 in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Too.
Yeah. So
miss.
Yeah, miss.
All right,
Johnny.
Oh boy.
Wow.
What do we have?
A lot of goddamn movies. This guy's been very busy.
Yeah.
What was that total?
And what was his first? So it's been 35 years his career, right?
And 45 movies. That's like.
So it started with Nightmare on Elm Street.
85.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're So about
But he has done some iconic work.
Movies.
You got to give him credit for that. Yeah. Just too much with the makeup, too much with the Tim Burton.
Too much Tim Burton.
And I like Tim Burton, but it's just too much.
But the thing, you also got to look at it now. Think of it this way: take out the Pirates movies, he's 13 and 27.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, for every Pirates, for such a good actor, he should have a better record.
I'm surprised too. Quick recap: I'm surprised you didn't praise Blow the way I praised it.
I think that's me more than anything because everybody loves that movie for me. Maybe sometimes you go to movies and you're in the wrong frame of mind and you're not ready for that to appreciate.
And
that
we
movie.
Definitely were on the same page with
but
Brasco.
Even that, it doesn't. He's well under 500.
Yeah.
In terms of
even
the ones that you voted for, yes. And we voted no, he'd still be under 500.
Yeah.
There were 9 of those movies.
Yeah, sure. I feel like even though Black Mass was enjoyable, I feel like it's still on the cusp.
We gave it the benefit of the doubt.
We gave it the benefit of the doubt. We all voted for it, yeah.
I think he's wasted a lot of his talent. And that may be because of the excesses that he
I just hope he's enjoying these movies he's making too, like these transcendents and what was the other What was the other what is that? Yeah, I know what
Mordecai?
it is. Yeah, Mordecai. What was
Mordecai?
It's kind of, you know what?
What?
Is that like Mordecai?
Yeah, Mordecai.
It's his name in the movie.
Oh, it's on an island?
No.
I think
I'm kidding.
I think it was his name.
Sounds like an island.
So, it was
sounds like an island in Hawaii.
I think he learned a little bit too much from Marlon Brando.
The fact
that he spent his money, whatever he's spending on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now he takes 5 movies for the more money, or he makes more. Yeah, I'll start to speak again.
You're good. You're good.
He's working for the money.
Yeah.
As opposed to the art.
You think Brando might have said something about that to him?
No, I think Brando was just so narcissistic. I don't think he at that point in his life he was.
They liked each other though.
Yeah,
so shockingly,
he's a mentor kind of guy.
No.
I think maybe he needs that. He needs to make a movie with another great actor that would challenge him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, or even as crazy as it sounds, make a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Just get back into the real world of movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it would be cool to see him as a bad guy in a Marvel movie.
But you got to keep in
Christian
this
Bale's
mind
doing
too.
it, right?
Exactly.
I feel like Johnny is he semi-retired now, man? I mean,
he hasn't made him. Well,
the Pirates that made him
last year.
He's been
Pirates
focusing on the band.
I don't think he'll make another Pirates movie. So
you don't think? You think they're?
I think they're done with that.
If he needs the money, absolutely.
Well, sure,
because it's guaranteed moneymaker. It's $1 billion.
I don't even know if the last one was that money. I'm sure it was. I'm sure overseas.
They're all hits. Every one of them were hits. That's why you make 5.
Yeah,
but he needs a good director. He should be with Scorsese.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm surprised they haven't collaborated together. Yeah,
I mean. I don't know.
I'd give him a Tarantino.
I pay to see. Yeah, I pay to see.
Yeah, he would have been great at Tarantino. Yeah,
in a Tarantino movie. Yeah, I think that fits his style.
Yeah.
I think honestly,
what if Johnny Depp played? Brad did such a great job, but can you see Johnny as Cliff Booth?
That's hard. It's hard to say because Brad Pitt is such a badass.
Yeah, Brad Pitt is still.
He was amazing in it, but I'm just no, I take that back.
Physically, I don't think he could be that a stuntman.
He could have been Leo's part. He would have been okay as Leo's part.
No, but then they could have been. The stuntman has to look like the actor.
Yeah, for sure.
You think Brad Pitt looks like Leonardo DiCaprio?
Physically.
Oh, physically.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
On a physical
short.
Yes. Yeah, he is short. Yeah.
Short and frail.
But overall, though, I think he's done some great films.
He does. I think he's a great actor.
He is.
Who's done a lot of bad movies.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
He definitely gets in the character. We'll give him that. As long as he doesn't try.
Yeah.
There are some actors who just make movies to make movies.
Yeah.
And some of these maybe he did, but at some he does try. Like Public Enemy wasn't good, but I think he tried.
I think it went to his head early, and I think the money and everything has just kind of he's in Brando zone. Where like I said at the beginning of the show,
he's in the fan.
Brando hit 1973, right after Last Tango, and then checked out and said, "Okay, I'm just working for the money."
Yeah,
I think Johnny doesn't think like that. I think Johnny needs the money because of his lifestyle.
Yeah,
and I think that plays just as important role as anything else, whether it's story, director, whatever. And he's got 2 things to fall back on: Burton and Pirates.
Yeah,
right. So he can go make five movies at $5 million a piece, bank those, and then float for those other 2 movies for $30 million each.
Yeah,
and I think that unfortunately, you get to a level you don't care about being challenged anymore. Brando got to that point.
Yeah,
and he, it just occurred to me because I just finished a bio of Brando not too long ago, and it's a very familiar sound.
Was it? What was it? Was it on Showtime by any chance?
No, it was a book.
Oh, it was a book.
Okay,
it was a book.
And it's just it's really there's a parallel there.
Yeah,
where they did a lot of great.
I'm
work
sure
early
too,
on.
and Johnny's probably been working since he was like 15. How old? He's got to,
I don't know. How old
he's probably burnt out too. He's to get to I guess there comes a point in.
No, I mean, Dream.
Tom Cruise.
Nightmare is 85, right? It said.
Yeah,
85. Say he's 22. That's 35 years ago.
Yeah,
he's over 55.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta be.
So there's probably a point now where he's like, I'm over the artsy shit. I don't have to go do another Benny and June.
You know what? The only thing that really is left for him is to start doing the Nicholson supporting actor roles. How Nicholson moved from leading man to phenomenal supporting
I would like
actor.
to see him in a good film outside Pirates, Lone Ranger territory.
I think everybody would. I want to see him rub off on a up and comer.
Yeah.
I know it'd be good.
Definitely.
Or like you said, sticking with
like
the
a Tom Hardy.
Like a Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I think Tom Hardy could work well with anybody, right? So
right, but I mean,
he might have been good in Revenant, Johnny Depp, as one of the maybe Hardy did such
style. There's too much going on.
I think he's good. I think
I think if you can't have Leo and Tom in there and Johnny Depp, it's not gonna work.
No, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Johnny Depp doesn't seem to
be intimidating.
Work with those guys?
No, to have a
intimidating
co-star that, like I said, that challenges him.
Yeah, everybody's just like Angelina Jolie didn't challenge him.
Al Pacino was the last one. Donnie Brasco. I mean.
Last big one, for sure.
Anyway,
I love that. I love that movie.
All right, yeah. So that was Johnny Depp, and this has been Star Scores 18 and 27. Yikesville. This is our second show, and we have not had a positive score yet. So
we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Let us know what you want us to do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hit us up. So 12 and 19, 12 hits and 19 misses for Adam Sandler last show, and 18 hits and 27 misses for Johnny Depp today. Yikes. Okay, so that's our show. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for staying. I know we talk a while and maybe you don't want to hear us talk. I hope you do. But we'll be back next time with a different actor or actress, and maybe we'll look at a positive score. Maybe we'll do a person with less movies, because we're running a little long. But we'll talk about that in private. All right, I've been Joe Greco.
Tom Greco?
Give your own out. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
Come on. Gerard.
Okay. Gerard Gorilli. And thank you guys for having me. This was awesome.
Thank you for coming again.
I like doing this stuff, so hopefully you invite me back.
I hope you agree to come back. So
yes,
go and watch Hard Laughter on Amazon Prime.
Yes,
do that.
Do that. And don't watch Uncut Gems. Goodbye.